I just wanted to do a quick follow-up video. The Division 2, it's $3 for most people at the moment, although I'm kind of disgusted with Ubisoft for being so goddamn greedy nowadays. The truth is, if you're a fan of shooters, especially third-person shooters, open-world games, you're getting a lot of game for $3. Massive entertainment put together, a very beautiful, highly detailed, amazing playground for you to run around and shoot shit. You might end up wanting to put a shotgun in your mouth because of the RNG system, but otherwise, the game is pretty damn solid and enjoyable. For $3, you can't go wrong, okay? You just can't. The reason why I'm making this video, there seems to be a bit of confusion as to what the Gold and Ultimate Edition include. And even though I paid almost 10 times as much as they were asking for the Ultimate Edition today, it was a bad value then, it's a bad value now. Let me try and explain. The biggest incentive, in my personal opinion, when it comes to the Ultimate Edition, was the 7 days early access to their DLC, episodes 1, 2, and 3, all of which have already come out. Let me take a minute to try and explain to you why I think this kind of a paid incentive is just bad. There's absolutely nothing good about it. First of all, let's talk about balance. Quite frankly, it's unfair to give a group of players early access to weapons, giving them a head start to level their stuff. I mean, seriously, most of these weapons or armor sets need tweaking. They're not perfect right out of the gate. Sometimes they're overpowered. You get the idea. So, as a non-paying player, that's what you have to look forward to in the PvP. Facing players like this that have an advantage. We call that pay to win. Sometimes, I guess it depends on the company. I just don't understand why that isn't more obvious to more people. And then secondly, it's just a shitty feeling to see people, sometimes my own friends, feeling shitty watching everyone else play the game. A game they like as much, but they just can't afford $100. Most people can't. I feel bad to the point where I'm going ninja. I'm playing stealth, making sure people can't see me online because I don't want to rub it in. I could go on and on and on about why these incentives are bad, and what I assume they're going to eventually evolve into. But let's just quickly talk about what's included with your Gold and Ultimate Edition today. Well, the biggest incentive, in my personal opinion, the biggest appeal to the Ultimate Edition was this 7-day early access. That's why I got it. And then, of course, you have these classified missions. At the time, nobody knew what these classified missions were exactly. But now, knowing exactly what they are, I'll tell you what they are. And that is, for the most part, pretty generic missions where you're essentially going into a building, clearing it out, and getting a backpack trophy keychain thing. So if you're into cosmetics, if you're into things like that and you just want them all, you're a collector, then maybe the Gold Edition is going to be worth it for you. The Ultimate Edition, however, in my personal opinion, is not worth it because you're not getting early access to anything anymore. The season is over. That Warlord New York DLC that you're seeing, that's not included. That's separate. It's worth noting that going forward, there will be no season pass. They're going to sell you the DLC individually. It's almost like a bait and switch. With the Division 2, they were so gung-ho about, hey, we're pro-consumer. We're not going to charge you for DLC. That's a bad thing. It divides the community and all this other stuff. Only to turn around and do that very thing about a year later. I mean, what the fuck? Let's not get hung up on that. Let's just say I'm not too excited about how they're choosing to move forward. One last thing. The Ultimate Edition. There is another incentive that I forgot to mention. You can automatically unlock your operator if you have this Ultimate Edition. With each episode, they included a new operator. So let me ask you a question. If you have a group of players who actually have to invest time and effort into grinding, leveling up, making progress. And then you have a group of players that can bypass that altogether just by spending money. How is that not considered pay to win? You walk into that dark zone, you're going to be facing players that have a paid advantage, point blank. I don't care how you twist it, spin it, that's the way it is. But the bottom line is, if you're itching to spend more money, if you must, I suggest getting the gold edition over the ultimate. The ultimate, in my opinion, is absolutely worthless. Imagine people paid over $100 for an edition that came with essentially nothing. Those classified missions, they're not that great. You're not really missing out on anything, in my opinion. The first time, it's kind of exciting because it's something different. It's something you haven't done yet. But it doesn't take long to realize, oh, it's not that different, and to be honest, it's kind of shallow, and I'm never going to do it again. That was my point of view anyways. I did it once, it was kinda sorta okay that one time, and I never went back. Because why would I? I already got the dumb hot dog backpack keychain, or whatever it was. I, myself, would have preferred if they would have just dropped it in my stash, rather than just jump through a couple of uninspired hoops. But that's just me. If I were you, I would stick with the $3.99 entry fee. Everything else is fucking bullshit.